No, to the side. You wear it to the side like that. That's kind of stylish. I like that. I feel like now more than ever, there is this abundance of producers out there that are creating music, and a lot of them are super dope. But most of them are using this program called Fruity Loops. I'm sure a lot of y'all watching this have heard of Fruity Loops, and some of y'all probably use it. And Fruity Loops is a really, really dope program. And I don't know if it's the producers are all copying each other or if it's Fruity Loops that's making them create these certain type of beats, but I feel like all of these beats have a certain type of feel, especially the trap beats. They all have a certain type of feel, and there's this one plugin that comes with Fruity Loops. It's called Gross Beats, and it manipulates the sound a certain way or manipulates whatever sound you put through it a certain way. And I feel like a lot of that, creating that texture, I hear it a lot in their beats. So today I kind of want to create a Fruity Loops beat in Pro Tools, you know, for the people out there who may use Fruity Loops, never use Pro Tools, but like, man, I can't get that sound or I can't get that feel, that same type of feel, or do the same type of things that I can do in Fruity Loops. I can't do it in Pro Tools. This video is for you all, you know what I'm saying? Because Pro Tools does a lot, but if it doesn't do it, there's always a third party plugin or a third party company out there that are creating plugins that pretty much do the same thing that, you know, you can do in Fruity Loops. So today I just kind of want to create something from scratch, something trap, something hard, something with some 808s, something that's gonna knock your head off, but dope, melodic, and do it my way. So let's get into it. All right, so like always, I like to start with the melody. I got this sound from Expand. It's called Codeless, and it's under the ethnic category. And I was playing this. All right, so let's lay that down. All right, so we got that laid down, but I want to take it a little bit further and manipulate that a little bit. There's this plugin in Fruity Loops. It's called Gross Beats. Super dope. Shout out to my bro Dion, DB Beats. We were at his spot working on beats one night, and he pulled up this plugin to put on the sound. And just what it did to the sound, it blew my mind because I hadn't seen it before. I didn't know that's what they were using. I've heard it, but I hadn't seen anybody really do it before. I didn't know that's what they were using to manipulate the sound. So what it did is it put me on a search, or I got on a search trying to find something that was kind of like that I could use in Pro Tools. And my brother actually ran across this plugin from I think the company is Melda Production, but the plugin is called Mrhythmizer. So I want to put that on there and see if we can manipulate the sound a little bit, and I'll show you guys what it does. So the plugin is by Melda Production. It's called Mrhythmizer, like I said. And I'll just go through some of the presets so you can hear what it does to the sound. So let's go through patterns. Let's go simple. All right, that's one, and then they have scratching patterns. Let's go through some of these. And it basically does the same thing. If you're watching this and you use Fruity Loops, or you've used Fruity Loops before, it does pretty much the same thing that Gross Beats does. But for this particular sound, we're just gonna find something a little bit simple. I actually want to have time and then do like a little reverse thing. So let's try that. So we go back 50%. Let's speed it up. And then let's change the sequence length. All right, let's actually slow the second half of it down. Now, I don't know if Gross Beats has this, but this particular plugin actually has a dread. I mean, sorry, a dry wet knob, so you can actually have a little bit of the original in there. So let's take the wet down a little bit, and let's let some of that dry come through and see what that sounds like. So I actually like that a lot. So let's stay it's around 72%. We'll just make it an even 72%. So now let's start adding some drums on top of that. All right, so now we're gonna add some hi-hats. And what I like to do with hi-hats is, of course, with all my drums, I spread them completely across the whole keyboard. So I have different notes I can play depending on what the tone is that I want to pull from the drum or use for the drum. But with hi-hats, I'm playing them like I'll play something, you know, regular, but then I might play it an octave below. But a trick I use in Battery, well, it's not really a trick, to be honest with you. I just changed the engine from sampler to stretch. And what it does is it just makes the hi-hat the same length all the way across the board. So, you know, with sampler, if I play it low down here, it extends the hi-hat just because it's playing a lower note. Or if I play up here, all the way up here, it makes the note actually a little bit shorter, because what it's doing is it's following the note that I'm playing, and whatever pitch is playing in. If you have something that's a little bit higher pitched, if it's not stretched out, all it's going to do is it's going to take the pitch up higher and it's going to play a little bit shorter. So I like to change it to stretch, like I say. And so now it doesn't matter where I hit, these hats are going to be the same length. Now let's lay down that hi-hat. And what I like to do is I just like to create a bass, and then I'm going to come back and kind of tweak it a little bit. All right, so I went in there and I tweaked the hi-hat and I added some notes and changed the patterns a little bit. I'm gonna show you guys what I did, and I'm gonna explain to you how I did it in Pro Tools. If you look up top here, depending on what I want the notes to do, I'll adjust the grid. You got dotted, you got triplet, you know, and this is how I adjust the notes as far as when I'm programming on the grid and how I want the stutters to happen or whatever. I will go in here and I'll adjust. But I'll play, I'm gonna solo the hat so you can hear what it's doing. All I did was I went in there, and depending on like this stutter, this is actually triplets. So I just had it, I set it to triplets. And this right here is actually, this is triplets as well. And this is actually 16th. Yeah, 16th note. So it just really depends on your creativity and what you want to do and how you want those stutters to happen in any sound that you're using as far as drums. But like for these trap beats, I'm always doing something crazy with the hat. Like I'm playing the hat like it's a piano or something as far as the note changes and stuff like that. Because if you see right here, these are 16th notes, but it's like I'm not going straight, you know, opposed to like right here, these are triplets, but these are just straight through. But right here, if you listen to this, it gives the pattern, or gives the hi-hat pattern, just a different type of feel, you know. So but let's listen to it all together so far. let's keep on building on that. So I went in there and I tweaked the 808 a little bit. Like I said, I always like to just lay a bass down and then I'll go in there and I tweak and do whatever it is I hear. Because sometimes I hear things and I may not necessarily be able to play them right while I'm doing it. So I have to go in there and I have to just listen to it and kind of feel it out. So let's listen to it. All right, so next we got an open hat, and it's spread across just like the hi-hat is, and we're gonna be playing it kind of like a keyboard or kind of like a piano or whatever, because we're gonna be playing with the notes, not like we would typically with a drum where we're only hitting this one note. We're gonna be playing, you know, different notes with it. So let's add that, and we're only gonna be adding this on the chorus part. Alright, so up next we got another sound from Expand. It's called Endless Sonar, and it's under the ambience and effects category. And it's really there for texture or feel more than anything, even though we are going to be playing some notes with it, but it's really more of a texture thing. It sounds like this. You know, just it's a real ambient sound, but let's add that in there. So up next we got a sound from Vacuum, which is just another soft synth or VST that comes in Pro Tools, and this sound is actually called Moogish Lead, and it's under the Moogish it's under the lead category in Vacuum. We're only going to be playing this sound on the second half of the verse. And what I actually did for the second verse is I took the main sound that we have and I took the last sound that we just added and I took it down an octave. So on the second half of the verse, that is going to play an octave lower than the rest of the song. So I'll let you hear what it sounds like just with those two sounds and when it drops an octave. So you see, and it's a subtle change, but it makes the track feel a little bit darker just on those particular parts, or just on that particular part right there. Let's add this Moogish lead sound on top of that. So for the most part, these type of beats, they don't need a whole lot. I really honestly think just with what we have now is good. So let's just give it one listen from the top and see what it sounds like. Kept it simple, and And if you know me and you watch any of my other videos, you know I'm a huge fan of simplicity, and I just like to keep it open because the artists still got to come in there and they got to do their thing. But as always, I want to know, what did you guys think about the beat? Did you love it? Did you hate it? You know, what would you have done differently? Leave a comment below. Let me know what you guys think. And if you enjoyed the video, please don't forget to hit that thumbs up. But until next time, arrivederci.